Hello, everyone. Welcome to our reading today. We are using Mystic Whispers Oracle. I just love this deck. It really is a nice deck. I found it on, I think it was Etsy. No, was it Etsy or was it eBay? It might have been eBay. I can't remember now, but I did do a unboxing of the deck. Today we are just doing a quick guidance reading for you. I'm not if you want to see the unboxing of the deck and the walkthrough to the deck, feel free to find that video, but I'm not going to do a flip through of the deck because I already used this deck before and I have a lot of returning people, and so I don't want to bore them with another walkthrough of the same deck. So please feel free to go and look at the other video. Again, it is called Mystic Whispers. Mystic Whispers. Okay, woo. Okay, let's take a look at your reading. I feel like I need to pull one more. There we go. Yeah, I knew one more wanted to come out. So I hope everybody's doing great. Thank you so much for following, subscribing, being here. Thank you so much for commenting. It's so nice to meet you guys and to know why how these messages relate, why you're here. I just love talking to people and meeting people. Um, so let's take a look at our reading. So we have release scarcity. So release scarcity. The desert blooms when you stop fearing drought. Okay, so this is reminding you that there is nothing to fear. Maybe you are someone who has lost things before. Maybe you had to start over a couple times from scratch and you have this fear of losing everything that you've worked so hard for. And so there is this like fear within you that you know certain decisions, you're afraid to make certain decisions because you're afraid that if you do, you're going to end up with nothing, right? So, and you've worked so hard to get where you are. So that is causing you to hold yourself back from a lot of things. Remember one thing, nothing belongs to us except us, our inner spark. Everything belongs to the earth, right? Our house can be taken from us for many different reasons: fire, tornado, hurricane, earthquake, whatever, right? Everything that we have is like borrowed. Don't allow yourself to become too attached to material things if it's keeping you from doing something that your heart is pulling you to do. If you're being pulled to do something spiritually or mentally or emotionally and the physical part of it is holding you back, set with that energy and ask yourself, why is this holding you back? Why is this causing you problems? What are you afraid of losing? Is the material thing really what you're afraid of, or is there something deeper? Because usually what we're afraid of when it comes to scarcity, there's emotional energy attached to that, right? It might be the fact that, maybe I'm too old and I'm too afraid to lose everything and have to start over again. Maybe I can't afford everything now because the world is so expensive that I would never be able to afford anything, right? Like, you know, that could be a big thing, right? You don't want to be homeless. You don't want to have to live on the streets. So that could be a fear that you're facing. There's usually an emotional connection to why you are afraid of losing something physical. Okay, so there's usually an emotional connection to that. So pay attention to your emotions on this situation and why you're feeling like you can't make this decision because of why. What's the deeper? Go deeper with that. I feel like this card here, the universe is asking you to go deeper with that because it has to do with trusting the universe. Do you not trust the universe? Do you not feel that maybe this is the right move? There's like a hesitation energy there. Like maybe there is an unresolved connection with yourself and with the true walk of faith on things, of trusting that things are always going to work out for you some way, somehow. Even if you don't know how, things are always going to work out for you, right? Attract prosperity. Money flows like rivers. Dig channels of gratitude. Okay, there we go again. Like this was right after this card of talking about money. I didn't even read this card until I picked it up. So again, I feel like you may have lost things in your life. You may have lost your home, your life, what you were used to, what you were structured around. You may have done it a couple times. Um, but gratitude. Thank you for a roof over my head. Thank you for food in my mouth. Thank you for warm clothing. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for these people. Every time you give thanks, the universe builds you back up. Every time you give thanks, the universe opens another door. Every time you give thanks, the universe protects you and supports you. So trust that gratitude is the key here. Being grateful and thankful will help you to move out of this energy, right? The great gratitude is what's going to help you to move out of that energy to where you want to go. You're also being guided. You're being guided here to listen to your soul. Your inner voice is the bravest whispers. Okay, so take time to go inward. You might need to do some homework. There's some books here, and there's the moon. So I feel like for this situation, the universe really wants you to go inward, to use discernment, to s- to get more knowledge about this situation, about yourself, about the way you're feeling. Allow the universe to supply you with that knowledge. And I feel a peace and calm coming in here. Like the universe is going to supply you with what you need. Just be patient and allow the transformation, right? Allow things to take place naturally. Don't try to push, rush, or transform this situation on your own. Give it to the universe. Just keep every morning you get up, just keep handing it to the universe, handing it to the universe, and allowing it to play out naturally. I feel like your soul knows where it's going, where this situation's going, but I feel like it is asking you. But I feel like maybe in the conscious mind, you're not connecting to the answers that you already know within you. So I feel like you need to just hang in there, do some homework, do some research on your own, do um your own guidance. Maybe write a journal, get a journal and write down about this situation and how you're going through the transformation of it, right? Possible. Roots work quiet. Stems reach light. Yeah, so things are working out even though you can't see them. Right? Things are coming to a head even though you can't see it. Right? I feel like there's a lot hidden in this situation, and I do. Like, there's a lot of books here. So I feel like there's a lot of knowledge that hasn't yet been understood. I feel like there's a lot of things here, but you haven't utilized them yet. So I feel like you need to go inward, meditate, take time to sit in quietness, think about situations, do your homework, look into things. Don't rush to make decisions. Honor what comes to you in the spirit realm while you're sleeping, your dream state, because you have the moon here. So while you're sleeping, pay attention to your dreams. Maybe do a dream journal. I feel like you know more than what you actually realize, right? And things are happening, but they have to happen through stages, right? So the seed is getting ready to bust through the ground, but maybe you just can't see it because you can't visually hear it, you can't visually see it, but it's happening, right? It's a silent happening, right? So things are moving. The spirit realm is moving things silently. So you're not going to see them physically until it's time. Okay. And then we have wait for signs. Yes, exactly. Wind carries messages. Tune your ears to whispers. Your inner voice is the bravest whisper. Pay attention to your heart. Pay attention to your mind. Pay attention to your emotions. How do you feel when you walk into a room? How do you feel when you walk up against certain people? How do those people make you feel when they touch you? How do those people make you feel when they speak? Feel the vibrations, feel the frequencies, feel the exchange in the heart space, in your energy space. You are a walking spiritual machine. And when you tune in that's when you start to get the messages that your soul knows, but maybe your physical self isn't actually realizing, right? There are things that you need to be attentive to. So pull your awareness back, pull your energy back to yourself. Don't be afraid to pull your power back to you, right? Don't be afraid to say, I am grateful for this day. I start this day with pulling my power back to me. I pull my power back to me with love. I call upon protection and I ask for my higher self to guide me. I ask for the spiritual realm to protect me, right? Allow yourself to see the signs that only come when you're quiet, right? I feel like some of these signs are only going to come when you're sleeping, or they're only going to come when you're sitting in meditation, or they're only going to come when you are actually quiet, like sitting out in nature, just relaxing and just letting go of the noise around you. For some of you, there's too much noise and you're not able to hear anything because there's just too much noise, too many people, too much going on. You need to get yourself to where you can connect quietly with source, with the universe, with yourself, and understand why you're feeling this way, why you're afraid to make these choices. What do you need to do to connect more to where you're building confidence and you're building trust within you, outside of you, with the connection of the universe? And what can you do to to allow this process to happen naturally? And where can you pull this faith in not knowing, right? For some of you, you may need to know what's going to happen next. Like why do you need to know? Why do you need to know what's going to happen next? What are you anticipating? What's your fears, right? Those are all fears. If you are afraid to jump and because you don't know if a person's going to catch you, then what is the problem with that person or is the problem with you? Like, I feel like with this one here, the roots work quietly, stems reach light. So this is the whole, you have to have faith here. You have to be aware of the process and you have to allow the process without needing to control the process. And if you're having a hard time in this situation with letting go of control or being able to let go of the anxiety of not knowing what to do, how things are going to work, if you find yourself anxious and unable to control things, this is where you need to work. Why? You need to answer your why. Why are you feeling this way? What can you do? Can you go into meditation? Can you heal something? Um, but you don't want to rush this process. This process is not meant to be rushed. It has to go through. It has to go through the flow of everything. And but the universe is connecting to you. The universe is sending you messages. You just got to be open to receive them. Okay. And this is one of your messages, right? You're here. This is one of your messages. The universe is sending you messages. I think it's just there's too much noise maybe in your brain because of too much going on or other people's input or other people's opinions or whatever. But disconnect from the outside world, connect to your inside world. Listen for your guidance. Your heart will guide you. Your intuition will guide you. Your self knowing will guide you. Do what you feel is right for you. Okay. Somebody else might try to tell you what they would do, but what they would do might not be what they would do if they were in your shoes. So it's easy for people to give advice, but it might not be the exact advice that they actually would take themselves if they were in your shoes. So just be careful about who you seek for advice and what advice you listen to, okay? And take time to set with this situation. Take time to set with yourself because in the end, you have to honor your energy. And if you honored it correctly, then you will be at peace with yourself. But if you don't honor it correctly, then you will not be at peace with yourself. And then you will have to deal with that healing and you will have to deal with that block that you will need to work through. So you got to ask yourself, how can I release this energy? How can I flow with this energy? How can I tune into my soul and understand my emotions and feelings? How can I be patient during this process? And what can I do to open up my heart and my mind and my spiritual connection so that I can receive better guidance to support me emotionally, mentally, physically, and then trust that the universe will guide you and help you and support you in this path. All right, thank you so much for being here. I hope this has helped you, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good evening. Good day. Bye.